When I was in 5th grade in my primary school, I had terrible grades in my English classes. I had perfect grades from math, from biology, from chemistry, from basically all the subjects except English. And because of that, my mom started basically yelling at me and saying that, "Come on, Veronica, you're not so good in English, right?" She was used to do a homework for me, so I basically went to class with my homework done, but not by me. And I had the real big issues about this. I just couldn't understand why I can perform a grade in all the subjects in my school except for English. So what I have done, I had a big moment, a really spontaneous moment about that, and I decided that it's time for changing my life for better. It's time for changing my behaviors. It's time to actually learn something new. Because as a 5th grader, I was, I think, 10 years old or 11 years old. As you can imagine, at 10 years old doesn't have a lot of priorities in life, like play with friends, get a good grade in school, and that's it basically. But I decided that I have to change. But today we're actually going to talk about how you can learn faster, how you can memorize faster, how you can basically create the life of your dreams by pushing on these little buttons in your brain, in your body, so that you can perform much faster and achieve your goals much faster. Let's start. As you can imagine, I didn't know what exactly I should do to actually get a C1 or advanced level in English. I was 10 years after all. So I decided to focus on the things that I actually like doing at that moment, even if they're not so productive. I used to really watch YouTube every day. I used to scroll on TikTok every single day. And I decided to use this on my advantage. So what I basically did was on YouTube, I watched solely videos in English. I completely isolated all of my views, all of my videos to only English videos. Second thing I actually did was watch only TikToks in English. It was a bit complicated to do it first because I can't manually say that to the algorithm in TikTok that this is what I want to watch. Like, it takes time, but with time actually the TikTok algorithm starts to memorize the things you actually do and how you scroll on basically this app, and it starts to basically sort the videos that might be interesting to you. So I manually scrolled on the videos in English. This helped me a bunch because I started listening to different accents from Australia to America to UK, New Zealand, even Africa. And you know what? This is much better than forcing yourself to study from the textbooks or going to lectures that doesn't make a lot of sense to your brain for now. Because if you force yourself to do something, you first become burnout really fast. The second of all, you will lose all the motivation for this. You won't be able to do this anymore. You will just say, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I will just, your brain just want to be comfortable. You have to understand this, and you have to get out of this comfortable zone by little steps at first. Then you will be able to move much faster. It's like going into the cold pool. Like, you won't go really slow into the pool with cold water. Like, you will become much scared of this water, this cold water. Your full body will become in complete discomfort rather than literally jumping into this pool. Even if it's cold, even if it's uncomfortable, you will get used to this water much faster if you would just walk slowly. It's basically the same thing with learning. But today I'm gonna introduce you to a simple acronym called FINISH. So let's start from the first letter. F. Focus on one priority task. It might seem really daunting, especially for the people like me who likes learning a lot of different stuff, even unrelated to the careers they want to pursue or interest that they're pursuing right now. For example, I really love learning new languages. I literally learning my 8th language right now, and I plan to learn much more in the future. However, I also have interest in programming and in biology and in design, and I really used to struggle with all of these things because there are just basically not enough time, not enough hours in a day to complete all of these things, especially when I have some different priorities for now, like writing application for universities or finishing my essays or just basically spending time with my family, because it's also crucial to prioritize your mental health. However, you should choose one priority task, even if it's just for a month. Try to do this task only for a month, not focusing on any other task, any other hobbies if you wish, because you will see much more progress if you focus on solely one priority task. Think about this in this way. If you have a progress in learning Spanish, for instance, you actively learn Spanish for 1 month every single day for 2 hours a day because you want to be fluent in 6 months. It might be a bit challenging to do this. However, if you have a background in learning new languages, like for instance, if you have already learned French or Italian, it will be much faster for you to do this. This is the first one. The second one, if you solely focus on Spanish during this month, you will completely change your perception of this language. You will get used to the culture of this language, and in this way you won't pressure your brain to switch from one task to another one. Ignore interruptions or distractions. As I already said, I used to use TikTok and YouTube and even Instagram for my own benefit. However, it's not always possible because there are many videos on YouTube really provocative that really stole your precious time, and you have to manage them. You have to push yourself through your limits to actually even force yourself to focus on this priority task that I have already mentioned in the first chapter. You definitely can enjoy watching some movies or videos, however, only after you have done this task for if you have already finished your to-do list for this day. Like, if I haven't finished a to-do list for this specific day, I can't allow myself to watch this movie because I stop myself from achieving my goals, and therefore I not really deserve watching this movie. I have this in my brain for this time. Even though it's crucial to manage your time effectively, it's also crucial to understand when you are actually getting burnout, when you cannot concentrate on anything. In this time, you actually have to isolate yourself from your phone, from your mobile devices, from external news, and focus on yourself, on your well-being, and on your family. It might be just 2 days from your schedule, but you have to get into this right state to achieve your goals. You cannot push and force yourself to do the thing if you're actually burned out. Like, you're not getting as productive and as effective in your task because you basically cannot function properly as a human being. And now is the time, not later or tomorrow. You probably know this proverb, I'll start from Monday. But look at now, people buy plane tickets and they change their life like this in the moment. People start businesses in just like this Of course it doesn't happen in a second, but it basically happens. They just have to decide that really I want to do this now. I'm sick and tired of focusing and just watching videos about self-improvement. It doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't makes you further, makes you to your goal, because you are not focusing on actions. You have to plan, but as well you have to take actions to achieve your goals. Many people understand this, but unconsciously. But in practice, they don't do this at all. If you want to start a business, or if you want to start a YouTube channel, you can tell for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years, for 10 years that I want to start a YouTube channel, I want to create a content, I want to be a content creator. But if you actually don't do this, you won't film this one video, nothing will happen. Like, this is one of the most obvious things that I have understood throughout my life. But actually implementing this and taking action is the most difficult, arduous thing that really not a lot of people do. I initiate and innovate so you can keep going. It's pretty much interesting how many people say that, oh, I will film one video every day throughout the year, or I will paint every day to get to a professional artist, but they're not focusing on their mistakes. A month ago I was prepared for my exam, and I finally understood that it's time, Veronica, to analyze your mistakes, because you are getting constantly perfectly on the same module. However, you're not performing really much better on other topics. So this was the time when I have understood that you have to progress every single day. However, you also have to allocate some time for your analyzing your mistakes, what you have done wrong, and basically creating this path, and walking through this mining field. Basically, not doing the things that pushing you back. Learn the patterns. Make a to-do list for what you have to do and what you not have to do. S. Stay the course. However taught in gates. It's really challenging to pursue your goal. It's really challenging to keep up with your goals. You have to force yourself, you have to push through those feelings, you have to push through your ego that basically pushes on your buttons in your brain, in your body, that you should stop doing the thing that you currently doing, because it is uncomfortable, it doesn't make sense for now, I don't see any progress. But you should remember that if you do the thing for like 3 years, 10 years, 20 years, what is the chance that you actually won't succeed? Like, if some person did design or make clothes for your own brand, and they actually do this every day, every week, like they analyze their mistakes, they constantly performing better, they improve, they ameliorate them, what is the percentage they won't succeed? Really low, yeah? Really, it's an exponential growth that you have to understand. You have to basically train your brain to, so that it understands that basically what you're doing right now will make you successful if you're doing this long enough, if you will be consistent, not constant, consistent with the thing that you're focusing on. And the last one, H. Hail finishing by celebrating your accomplishment. When I actually get my certificate that I got C1 in English, I was like, nice, but you could get C2 if you push yourself much more. And my brain was like, but I worked so hard, like, wasn't I doing enough? Am I lazy? And you're self-sabotaging by this self-talk. This is negative self-talk. You have to eliminate this from your life. Moreover, you have to get your gifts, small gifts, to like train your brain to that I accomplished this goal, then I have to celebrate it. Like if it's like you're training your dog for like sitting and jumping when you want to. When your dog accomplishes this task, you're getting a treat, right? And your dog actually performs better every time. It's the same thing with your brain, with your accomplishments, and with your overall structure of your body and your perception. I hope you like this video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share your opinions in the comment down below. I'm always open to constructive critics, and I always open to improvement and ameliorating my content. I appreciate you here, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.